I jammed on the stop button and then, responding to his eager nod, rewound the tape. We listened back in silence to our efforts. My uncle's voice was imbued with considerable gravitas, a combination of his more measured thoughts and the bass distortion of the Ewer recorder. He seemed satisfied both by the quality of the recording and its content. "We could do a bit more," I suggested. "What?" "I could interview you too in the quiet periods when old Alistair's dried up. Just for fun. Posterity if you'd like." "We'll see, Colin. The first task is to get that old fellow talking uninterrupted by fear of reprisal from the grand niece. She'll be there, of course." I knew she would, and felt strangely fearless. Jane had asked me to do this, so she'd have to support its achievement somehow. Jane had Alistair very presentable, washed and shaved within the last few hours, wearing a newer, darker jersey in the same pattern as the fawn one, and with a full but unlit pipe of tobacco. She was sitting on his throne to the right of the stove, having placed Alistair in the corner of the bench nearest to the heat. Plenty of space had been cleared so that I could sit there too, and strategically position any equipment or papers between us. Jane was sporting a Cheshire Cat grin, which didn't suit her. Was she nervous about how this recording was going to work out? What if it all failed? I proved an inept field worker, or Alistair, albeit knowledgeable, was unable in his advanced years to perform in front of a microphone, or to a stranger. What then for Jane and her needs for this old boy? "Tea now or afterwards?" she asked. "After maybe, eh?" She answered herself eagerly, and lit a cigarette with tremulous haste, then her great-uncle's pipe. This gave me the opportunity to remove the recorder from its case and slot the microphone into its side. Jane evinced no interest in the kit. It had a job to do, that's all. She did, though, let out a rather bizarre whoop when I played back her faltering introductory remarks to make sure all was well with the tape and the recording levels as good as Rory assured me they would be. The sound was lovely, tonally, better it seemed than earlier in the day with Rory. "Mishaw the Alistair MacIntyre Vik on the Milton. Here I am in Alistair MacIntyre Vik's house in Milton." "Garavalchus," he corrected, "is the Gaelic." Jane coughed loudly and stubbed out her cigarette. "Sorry, yes, in Garavalchus. What did you think of last night's game?" I regretted my trite question the minute it left my lips. He looked over to Jane for help. "Football," shouted Jane. "He's talking about football. Remember I said Eowyd would be in Killia." "I thought he'd come about old things. Stories and that." "You're right," she said. "He's just making a start," I supplied, and followed that with, "What did you have for breakfast this morning?" "God save me," he replied. "That's a long time ago."